JESS Locd.
Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So glad you could join me back on my journey. And you see my hair. It's crusty, rusty, dusty, musty. It's just looking real crappy. Really, there's no life in it. There's no spring to it. And overall, it's just real dry. So today I'm going to be doing a conditioning treatment and also a hot oil treatment to just bring it back to life. So I'm just giving you a quick look at my hair before we get started, and all that crud in there is gel because I've been gelling my edges and laying this hair down, okay? So real quick, the products I'm using today is the Aussie Miracle Moist Conditioner and African Pride Growth Oil Treatment, and this is just some oil that I had under my counter and it smells delicious.
Shampoo time.
Just taking one last final look at my hair before I jump in the shower and give it a good wash. And I am going to shampoo it off camera today because I do already have a video washing my hair and I'm sure y'all don't want to see that again. But for those of you who haven't seen it, I will go ahead and link it in the cards up above, and I'll also put it in the description if you do want to see a more detailed routine. Alright, so now my hair is all fresh and clean and feels so good. So already it feels more moisturized just by putting that water on it and by getting some of the dirt out. But we want to do our deep conditioning treatment, so let's get started.
Conditioning time.
So to get started, I usually do this in sections. So I'm just going to grab this first section and apply the product to the roots of my hair, because obviously my loose hair towards the scalp is what needs the most love right now. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it all to my scalp and make sure I get every little piece of hair saturated with conditioner. And then I will start going down the length of my hair and applying product there. As you can see, I like to use my fingers to disperse the product all throughout my hair, make sure I get all of my locks, and then I will apply it directly onto the ends of my hair because they also need a lot of love too. As we all know, the ends of your hair is the oldest parts, and so I'm sure they're pretty dry. So from there, I'll make a Bantu knot, and this section is going to be tucked away for later. So starting on the next section, I'm just going to grab a piece of hair and repeat steps 1 through 4. So again, just apply it to your scalp and your roots first, then work your way down to the ends. And once you're done, make a nice little Bantu knot. And so usually I make anywhere from 4 to 8 sections. It really just depends on how lazy I am and how I'm feeling and how dry my hair is. But today I want to make sure I get it very well coated and get every little piece of hair. So I am making more sections. So you'll see that throughout the video. Go ahead and speed this up just a little bit because I think you get the point, but let me know in the comments if you don't like it going so fast. Just post a comment and let me know, and in the future I will make sure to give you regular full-time full speed videos that go pretty slow. Of course, that'll be a longer video, but you'll be able to see all the details. So let me know if that's something that you prefer, and I will take that into consideration. But for now, let's get back to it. distracted, but I had to take a second for length appreciation because y'all know I used to be bald headed, so this is amazing. So I'm gonna grab my luxury Walmart grocery bag and I'm just gonna put this on my hair, and you can let your hair cook as long as you like, but I'm going to do mine for about 3 hours just while I chill and relax. Probably gonna watch a movie, and then whenever it's done, I'll come back in here and I will rinse my hair.
Time to rinse.
Alright, so we're taking this baggie off and it is time to rinse. Let's see what we have. Ooh. Already you can see my hair is rolling up, y'all, and that's actually a good thing. That means my hair is happy when it's shrunken and curly. So even though, you know, it looks a little nappy or whatever, you know, that's actually good. So there's a little more life in it already, but I still think we can take it a step further. And so that's why I'm doing this hot oil treatment today. And just so you know, I do this deep conditioning process once a month, and I usually use a deep conditioner, but I didn't have any on hand today and I didn't feel like going out, so that's why I'm using the conditioner that I had on hand. So next I'm gonna go ahead and wash this out, and I start with my scalp and then I squeeze the length of my locks to get that extra product out. And from there, I hold the hose right up to my hair and just let it shoot through my locks and get all the product out and just rinse everything out. And you should be able to feel your hair coming clean. You'll feel it not be so slippery, and that's how you know that it's clean. So it'll still be soft and moisturized, but it won't be so slippery. I wanted to add that I am using hot water for this rinse. I'm doing this because I'm going to be adding oil next, so I want to make sure I keep my cuticles open so that my hair can receive and soak in all of that oil that I'm going to be applying during the hot oil treatment.
Hot oil treatment.
So now I have my little styrofoam cup here, and you can use whatever you like, but again, these are what I have on hand. And just for reference, this is an 8.5 ounce cup. So I'm going to be filling this up to the shortest little line there. You may need to use more if your hair is longer or thicker, but this amount of oil works for me and it works for my hair. So I'm gonna pop it in the microwave, and I'm only doing 45 seconds, so be careful because this oil does heat up very quickly. So you shouldn't need too much longer than that. And so we're gonna take the oil out and I'm gonna give it a feel. And
yes, it's very hot, so
please be mindful that it will be hot when it comes out. So I do like to do the ends of my hair first. So to make that easier, I'm just grabbing some of my elastic bands and I'm gonna go ahead and basically get all my hair in one place so that I can dip my ends. So now I go ahead and dip my ends into the oil, and you only need to let it sit for a few seconds because your hair will soak up this oil, especially if you have dry hair like me. It will soak all the oil out of the cup and you don't want that. So I start with my ends and then I kind of work my way up. So I'm just going up and making sure I get all of the tips and the ends of my hair. I'm not so much focused on that middle section, but more so just the ends of those pieces. And then I go around the perimeter of my head, getting the back because I sleep on it a lot and it gets dry. And I'm also going to get, along my edges. And then from there, I will take my elastic bands out and make sure I get the middle of my scalp. And then all the oil that I'm using will basically run down and get that middle section. So that's why I don't focus on it, just because gravity will help drag it down. So all of your hair should get covered. I do want to just caution you all to be very, very careful. This oil is really hot, so be mindful of that when you are pouring it towards your scalp. If you're not careful and if you have your oil too hot, it can burn you, so just be very, very careful with that. So from there, I massage the oil into my scalp. I like to go ahead and do this massage because it's very stimulating and it's good to just open up, like we said, all the follicles and cuticles and euticles that you have at your scalp so that your hair can receive all of this good juicy oil. So then I give my hair a squeeze just to soak up the oil, kind of like a sponge effect. I'm not squeezing it hard enough for the oil to drip out. I'm just squeezing my hair very lightly so the oil will actually soak up more like a sponge, like I said. So after you give your hair a good massage, we can go grab our same baggie that we used earlier and we're gonna apply that back to our hair. And if you were wondering why I put my hair in Bantu knots, this is why, because it's very hard for me to get my loose hair into the bag. So I prefer to have some kind of Bantu knots or some kind of clips in my hair holding it up just to make it easier to put the baggie on top of my head. So yeah, since that wasn't working out, I just made a quick bun and I'm just gonna band it up really fast. And then that way I can actually get my hair into this bag because y'all saw I was struggling for a little second there, but we got it. So after this, I grab that same towel I had earlier and I'm gonna wrap my hair and just let it sit for another hour before rinsing it out. All right, so now we're ready to rinse, and this time I'm gonna be using cold water because we finished our moisture process, and so the cold water will help lay your cuticles down so that it will seal all of that moisture in and just lock it into your hair, which is what we want. So I'm just rinsing my hair lightly. I'm not washing it to get the oil out. I'm just closing my cuticles. And now I will squeeze out the excess water just so my hair isn't dripping, because that drives me nuts when my hair is wet and the water is running down and getting my shirt wet and all that. It just drives me crazy. So I'm gonna wring out the last of the water, and then I am actually done with this process. So you see how quick and easy it is. Well, I won't say quick because all in all, I was marinating for about 4 hours, but the process is really easy. And it's the exact same as if you had loose natural hair. So these are the results. My hair is extra springy, extra curly, extra happy. And you can see my curl pattern again, which is type 4C, nice and coily. You can see all my little baby coils. And just a quick reminder of how dry my hair was. See, it wasn't even coiling up or springing up at all, which is how I know that it just needed some love and attention. But now I brought the life back into it. So now it's all coily and springy and shiny and happy, and I love it. So this process was a success, and my hair just feels cotton soft again, and that's how I like it to feel. And this is how I know my hair is happy. I also like that I added some shine back to my hair. And so let me just say, your hair will be oily. So tonight when you sleep, you may want to go for your bonnet, because your hair will be soaking up this oil for the next few days, but you don't want to get it all over your pillow, so just grab your bonnet tonight. So after I let my roots dry, it was kind of getting on my nerves how much new growth I had, so I figured I would go ahead and do a quick little retwist, and this is kind of what I ended up with. I did 2-strand twists, and I don't really like my hair like this, just because I feel like a kid. So this didn't last. It only stayed in for about 2 days, but I just was letting my retwist dry. So I did end up taking this out though 2 days later, because again, I really just don't like my hair like this. It was literally just to let it dry. But 2 days went by and I took it out, and then I had these beautiful, really cute waves, which I loved. So I ended up wearing my hair like this, and the curls lasted for like 5 days. So that was good. So I ended up wearing it just like this. And so yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for checking back in on my lock progress, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.